It's Ganon against RustSka's Bowser.
Yeah, Phil does play Ganon. Yep, okay, there you
Oh,
go.
Wolf. Okay, yeah, he has been playing Wolf today at a lot of friendlies, so
Yep.
we'll see what happens.
Ryan's Wolf is like, you flip a coin, and if you get heads, then he does his really good fundamentals and tech chases you forever, and if it's tails, then he messes up jumping out of Shine and then dies.
Well, from what I've heard from him telling me about Wolf, is that a lot of Wolf's strings are, like, really 50-50. It's dependent on DI.
Yeah.
Because I was playing against him in friendlies earlier, and he kept getting me with, like, just the pop-up, the reflector into forward air.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, is there any way for me to DI that, or is there any way for me to get out of that? And he says, there's not really, like, any way of getting out of it. There's just, like, a constant 50-50, and if he guesses wrong, then he doesn't get the punish, and he usually resets to neutral.
Yeah, exactly. It's similar to Captain Falcon, where, like, against a really good player, they'll have their DI and lock against Wolf or Captain Falcon, and it'll be really hard to combo. But earlier on, like, you don't know how to DI every single move, so it's a little rustier.
So right now, Game Plan's actually taking the stock lead right now. Pretty interesting. Nice little forward smash just to seal off that stock. What I noticed, I don't think Game Plan utilizes Ganon's float too much when he's recovering, and I'm not sure if he knows about getting a jump back from his down B. But he was pretty close to the bottom blast zone, so if he put the input for a down B, that probably would have been it. I think that's back air trading with neutral air, which due to percents definitely helped Game Plan out a lot there.
Yeah, I think both of these players are players who rely a lot more on fundamentals. So, like, Game Plan isn't using his floater, like, wave landing as much, but he always seems to know where Rust is going to be. While Rust, on the other hand, is the same. Like, Rust can't wave shine. And
There's float. There's
float,
completely wrong.
Yep, but they're
And
definitely
there's
more
down
fundamental reliant.
Maybe he heard us. So Ryan deciding to taunt instead of ledge guard, definitely not the optimal punish.
It's the mental damage.
Exactly.
Shoutouts to the Montreal scene. It's the mental damage.
Okay, I see. So Game Plan seems to be actually pretty good at spacing his options. Ryan doesn't seem to, like, really know what to do around them. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. But just from seeing what was happening there, he's spacing quite a few back airs. Trades, in a sense, trades will definitely be a lot more for Game Plan than they will for Rust. Ganon will definitely deal a lot more damage and have a lot more knockback.
Yeah, Ganon's a lot slower, but you need like 4 or 5 hits to compensate for one of Ganondorf's hits.
Exactly.
So, Ganondorf's low on the tier list just because a good player will demolish him and will never get hit. But if you get hit by a forwarder, then that could be a stock.
Yep. And that is one of the biggest things. Okay. When it comes to Wolf's up B, do you know of anything that is good for stopping it other than just, grabbing glitch?
Having like disjointed hitboxes for sure.
Yep.
Because his up B can hit you. But like stuff like Puff's Fair or Russ and I were playing friendlies, Kirby's Bear, I kept getting him with that. So it's just like stuff that does a good disjoint that so you won't get hit.
Now, would you argue to say that it's better to get him at startup of it, or would it be better after he's...
Startup, without a doubt. There's a lot of startup, and when he's doing the startup, he actually he kicks out in the direction that he's going to up B before before the damage comes out, so you can still hit him as if he's traveling before any damage comes out, and that's the best time to do it.
Yep. And what I've heard RustSka complain quite a bit about Wolf is that side B isn't exactly the best recovering tool unless you're able to sweet spot it, because from what I hear, a lot of hitboxes will tend to beat out Phantasm because it's just so horribly negatively disjointed.
For sure. It's different from Fox and Falco's Phantasm. It's like it's a lot easier just to throw it in the air and obliterate him. Eviscerate him. But side B can get some, like, if they're trying to cover, I don't know, you rolling onto stage, you can actually drop off stage on side B, and sometimes it hits them. It's hilarious. But there you go, melee battlefield instead of brawl battlefield. Phil does not look happy with that.
Oh god.
Oh god. What do we do? I think it's round.
Was it round? No,
oh, score.
Score 2, there we go. Goddamn, Hero... He had the mouse inverted on this beforehand, and then now he's changed it again, so now it's not the same. Alright, so going to Smashville. unfortunately, everything. That was a nice Phantasm there. Everything was kind of blocked off with changing the scores and whatnot, but, what would you think would be a better stage?
I think in theory, Ganondorf, he wants platforms so he can, like, waveland around and, keep his space. But the way game plan plays, I feel like Smashville could be good. But Smashville is also very good for Wolf, just because he has the platforms to dance around on. That platform helps him get out deeper for edge guards and helps him juggle a little longer.
I can see that. Definitely getting hit with a forward air, or like almost any one of Ganon's moves, while the platform is like at its apex, movements from either side could definitely spell a kill at like maybe just under 50.
Yeah, for sure. Even lower.
Yeah. But you don't see them making too much use of it, though. A lot of the times the combat's taking place on the opposite side of the platform.
Yeah.
They actually seem to be... I'm not sure Rust may realize this, and he kind of wants to try and alter the play to that area. That was a nice little meteor there. If he would have buffered the input for the up B a little bit sooner, he might have been able to get out of that and snack back onto ledge, but Rust might have been able to cover that option with something else. I know Wolf can deal with that pretty well.
A thing that RustSka does really well that most of SGS doesn't do is a lot of the time when he lands, he just techs in place. Yeah. So it's really smart because you might think that you got a jab reset or something. You might think he's getting up. You might think he's like getting up in place after falling, and it's really smart because he gets up really quickly, and oftentimes he can just hit you with something while you're trying to jab or down tilt.
I think one of the biggest things is that a lot of us go for not so much mix-ups, but they're the people who tech like in a direction to roll, and then they're the people like you either will tech in a direction and roll, or you will just tech in place. Here, Ryan doesn't tech in place. Sorry, he techs in place, but he rarely ever like tech rolls at all.
So sometimes you get to read it, but it's still really quick, so it's difficult.
Yeah, no, and especially with Wolf, it's very fast speed. So
it's like if you read a shine, so what? He still gets out of it in a frame and has another one out.
Exactly, and he can still jump and do all this stuff. So he's carrying away with this actually pretty well now. From game one going, fairly even up until last hit, Ryan's kind of running away with the game now.
Yeah.
Got him at a fairly low percent. He's going for the down airs, trying to get those nice meteors. Everybody loves getting a nice spike, or the good old meteor.
These two guys are friends, so Ryan's probably like doing some Wolf shenanigans and just like sandbagging maybe a teeny bit.
Could be close to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's gonna go for the down air, and again, Ganondorf's up B is weird, so it's hard to get. You have to wait till it's done. There's the game. Yep.
Good.